Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this the news beat presented to you by Ladies Like and Jacentino. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow keeps you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news. Follow. The Ebola disease has become an epidemic in the western and central parts of the African continent and gradually become one of the continent's deadliest killers, with a death rate of often higher than 50%.
The recent Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo's Baswele province is one of the 8 outbreaks that have been recorded in the vast country since 1976.
The outbreak was reported in the Likati Health Zone, which was remote and forested, which made it difficult for aid groups to reach those who were infected.
And due to the extreme poor roads and infrastructure in this area, it is going to cost $10 million to establish telecommunication networks and have airstrips repaired so that health workers can deliver the much needed medical care.
An experimental Ebola vaccine made by American pharmaceutical company Merck was also considered by the World Health Organization and the Congolese government in the wake of the outbreak.
However, the vaccine has not been licensed yet, and its use would require permission to involve a lot of logistical red tape.
The World Health Organization, which was criticized for the slow response in 2014 in the West Africa, where over 11,000 people were killed by the deadly Ebola disease, was quick to the rescue this time around, and 3 people have died so far.
The health body has also not advised on any travel or trade restrictions with Congo, because the current risk level of the epidemic is not global, and it continues to monitor and evaluate the situation based on the information available. There are 145,000 millionaires living on the African continent to date, and the number of millionaires has grown by 19% over the past decade. However, many African economies have been struggling with the hyperinflation, which contributed to a 2% fall in the number of millionaires on the African continent in 2016 alone. Nigeria's economy has been affected by its faltering currency, the Naira, as its wealth per capita declined from $2,000 to $1,600 last year. The West African giant also saw a 20% drop in its millionaires. Zimbabwe now has the highest inflation and poorest people in Africa, and over the years, its wealth has plummeted to $200 per capita. On the other hand, Mauritius' rising wealth has been attributed to its favorable business climate, and it now has the highest wealth per capita on the African continent, which is estimated to be $27,500 per resident. The island's relaxed government regulations and low taxes have allured the wealthy and contributed to the economic success. Although Namibia has Africa's 3rd wealthiest population, it's identified as one of the world's unequal nations with a severely imbalanced wealth and income distribution. However, as Africa continues to open up for more foreign investments and create more business opportunities, it is expected to get 36% more millionaires by 2026. Like, have you ever tried croc or buffalo steak?
Listen up before you go ahead. Poaching is rampant in parks like Chidepo and Queen Elizabeth, where poachers are rampant killing crocs, buffaloes and elephants with sophisticated weapons. Follow MC Yellow with this report. Follow the flow and don't miss a word.
Poachers have attacked park rangers, which makes them not only for animals, but also people a growing danger. Uganda Wildlife Authority Director Andrew Seguya says there is a high demand of game meat, considered a delicacy by the Ugandan elite, and dealing in Ugandan ivory does not lead to heavy penalties. So smugglers have been benefiting from Uganda's impunity. But Seguya thinks there is a solution in wildlife high-tech air protection. Uganda Wildlife Authority wants to purchase drones to protect wildlife from the sky and keep a watchful eye against poachers. This drone tactic was piloted successfully in parks in Zambia, South Africa and Malawi. On a final note, protecting wildlife is a double-edged sword. Communities living in and around parks feel their land is worth fighting for. The UWA has allegedly been in muddy waters around Queen Elizabeth over land matters. Let's hope for peace and understanding for both wildlife and people living in the same surroundings. I'm MC Yala, reporting for Newsbeat.
That was MC Yala with the news on the beat. Check her online if you need a repeat. Esther Afua Oklu was one of Ghana's leading entrepreneurs. She started her career when she was just a teenager. That was in the 1930s, and she had less than $1. But she succeeded and helped women gain economic power. With a few shillings, she started making marmalade, and students seized her for the choice she made. She began to supply schools and the military. In 1942, she began Kuleno Industries. Her business grew, and Oklu flew off to England to take a food science course. Oklu took her knowledge back to Ghana and moved her business to Medina in Accra. Business was booming, but she had more to offer. She set up a program to help women vendors. Their small-scale business was not taken seriously, even though they had made more money selling rice and stew on the streets than women with office jobs that seemed elite. She proposed alternative solutions to problems like hunger, poverty, and wealth distribution. She was awarded the African Prize for Leadership, making her the first woman ever to receive it. It's been 50 years since Okulu passed away, but her efforts helped Ghana and paved the way for women and men alike to find prosperity. To this day, Okulu is a hero to her country. That was the news on the beat. Next week will be another hit. Still ladies like I'm Jay Sentino, reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Yes, follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Yes, follow the beat.